We'll talk about the prevalent misinformation on Twitter and other well-known social media sites. We are going to take a broad view of the markets by zooming out. Additionally, Brad Garlinghouse will be speaking with us. Yes, it is correct. Brad Garlinghouse talks about the potential for the Rust stablecoin to increase the value of the entire XRP ledger as well as its pricing. Now, without further ado, take a seat and unwind. Let's dive right into Bitcoin. The price of $62,409 has increased by 1.31% over the last day. The price of Ethereum is $2,426. That is a 1.57% increase. As long as XRP remains at a mean lean of 53 cents, USDT and USDC will continue to trade at their dollar peers. Yes, it is correct. The total market capitalization of cryptocurrencies is still above $2 trillion, at $2,185 billion. I recently posted this tweet, and I really want you to listen to it carefully and take note of it. This particular tweet is quite serious. Take a brief look at this. I just want everyone to focus on the year that has already passed and to zoom out. Thus far this year, that is. Folks, it means January to October. Alright. XRP has dropped by 15.5%. For some reason, everyone is shouting and kicking. However, since I want no one to give me a straight answer in this situation, let's examine the other resources, the other significant resources that are available, and let's examine what they are doing. Why aren't other people complaining about these additional assets or tokens? AVAX is down 36%, Cardano ADA is down 43%, and Chainlink, everyone's favorite, is down 36%. It is said that Swift would integrate Chainlink into its new platform. Regardless, Swift will make use of it. Why has it dropped by 29%? That news should help drive up the price, right? XLM has dropped by 30%. Therefore, XRP is down the least of those significant assets, and there are a lot more. I just took the big boys, you know, the top dogs. On October 3rd, Ethereum had gained just 2%, while Bitcoin had gained 42%. This channel has been preaching and telling just this: Bitcoin was fed. Bitcoin is consuming. Until Bitcoin reaches that parabolic blow-up peak, it will continue to rise while our alts essentially lag and hover. As such, individuals tend to point the finger at the attraction. As of the last time I looked, the SEC was not pursuing any litigation against AVAX, Chainlink, XLM, or Cardano. What is the cause of their downtime? Will you also put the responsibility on utility for those? What will you blame? It's just the circumstances of the market we're in. Here's CoinMarketCap, where you can view the year-to-date filter if you don't trust me. As a result, ETH has increased by 6% since what we recently showed you 2 days ago. Thus, we are gaining 4% more. As you can see, XRP, one of these other assets, has dropped. It was previously at 15%, but it lost 1.5 points. For the year, it's already down 13.5%. However, as you can see, Cardano, 40%. At what point was it exactly? 43%. Thus, it has somewhat decreased. Polkadot is losing ground, Chainlink is down to 27%, and ABAX is still at 37%. I'm sorry I put money into that one. It is down 51%, Aptos is down, and Litecoin is down 10%. Come on, let's get beyond assigning blame for this to the SEC action and the appeal. There are other seasons. It's a season-long narrative that is being pushed by everyone. The season isn't freaking out. I have to emphasize this. Let's get started. This is the video, Matt setting up Bitcoin and Da Vinci attempting to explain it. Take a listen to this. It is merely a minute. Faster networks, am I correct? It will enable us to send transactions in real time. What would happen if every network node experienced instantaneous transaction settlement? In that case, what would happen? Do you understand what I mean? That can only be accomplished by altering. It cannot be accomplished by making changes beneath Bitcoin. The actual physical layers are what lie beneath, isn't that correct? That means that, for instance, Bitcoin remains unchanged even if you modify things. The pain is explicitly compensated for by the Bitcoin algorithm. Just like TCP/IP, the Bitcoin algorithm is always the same, right? However, everything suddenly becomes faster due to a lot of technology, including physical equipment. Bitcoin speeds up. That is equivalent. Even if you alter all of that, Bitcoin continues to process 7 transactions per second and generate a new block every 10 minutes. Not the underlying, but the parameters of Bitcoin itself must be altered to alter those. The speed of Bitcoin remains unchanged even if I were to acquire a miner with 10 times the capacity to mine blocks per second. I thought we had previously seen that. It doesn't affect that Bitcoin miners are faster now than they have ever been, right? The goal of Bitcoin's design is to maintain a constant block time and, consequently, a consistent amount of transactions per second. Modifying the specifications of Bitcoin itself is the sole means of altering those. That cannot be accomplished by altering an underlying layer. That has been evident throughout time. Otherwise, since ASICs are now operating instead of, say, my desktop CPU, which is what it was doing when I used to mine, Bitcoin would be 100 times, 1,000 times, or 10,000 times faster than it was. Changing the underlying hardware does not affect capabilities or speed. Let's face it, people, there are a lot of people who disseminate misinformation and bogus news about XRP and Ripple. This guy Da Vinci was just stupid. They have no idea. They are clueless. They chat off-key, trying to rile you up and drive you insane while also playing tricks on you and trying to get you to unpack your baggage. Conduct independent research. This guy is clueless. However, as I mentioned in the previous video, I'm telling you right now, and I'll repeat it once more. Since XRP and Ripple pose a threat to Bitcoin, he will continue to disseminate misleading information about them. Matt gave him the correction. This is the reason why, while these debates seem cool, what exactly do they accomplish? What is its actual purpose? Yes, we may have discovered some new information from Matt. However, this man isn't going to stop talking about XRP. He will continue to film his ridiculous movies which Moonboy Carl talks about and claims that XRP will eventually zero out. The banker is dressed as a clown. He is a farce. Do you understand what I mean? The clown, whoa. Brad Garlinghouse then comes over here. My forecast has come true, and the quantity of lust being created has increased. I had anticipated that the stablecoin would make its official launch announcement at Swell. This is Brad discussing the significance of the stablecoin from the XRP zone in Seoul. I know you haven't seen this before, but here it is. There are 58 seconds. People, Brad is just a fountain of information. To be honest with you, he doesn't appear to be having any sleep problems over the SEC appeal either. Institutions are, I believe, designed for Ripple USD or Rust to succeed. Furthermore, since it merely increases ledger liquidity, we believe it benefits the entire XRPL ecosystem. We're happy with that, therefore. We're almost there. I believe someone asked about a timeline earlier today. We're getting there really rapidly, so I just said weeks, not months, because we want to make sure we launch with kind of full regulatory monitoring right out of the gate to keep everyone happy. The presence of high-quality stablecoins on the XRP ledger, in my opinion, is simply because previous platforms have shown us that these networks' total value locked, transaction flow, and liquidity all increase when high-quality stablecoins are present. It's only a crucial piece of enabling tech. It's also an excellent illustration of the fact that stablecoin issuers are among the institution's most strictly regulated organizations. Brad told you as much, weeks, not months. In my estimation, that will happen in 2 weeks. This will contribute to increasing the XRP ledger's liquidity. With the news just released, I believe a lot of people, especially USDT, will switch. It will no longer be available on Coinbase in Europe. They will require a reliable currency. They will require one. You want to transfer money if you're utilizing a stablecoin. Given that using something like Ethereum can cost you between $50 and $100 depending on gas fees and transactions, why would you use it? Furthermore, moving money around with the stablecoin on the XRP ledger, which will probably cost you a penny, is slow. You now have access to this. This tweet was posted on October 3rd. In the past 30 minutes, has anyone else seen that 23 million Ripple stablecoins have been minted? They escalate the situation more and more and more. Yes. Despite being a testnet, they are always testing it to make sure everything works as it should. They just move it over to the mainnet once it starts operating correctly. Be mindful of both that and the current situation. Paul Barron discusses the Bitwise ETF and his take on it in this interview, which you may have missed. Many months ago, he predicted that XRP's ETF would be released shortly. It was between Solana and XRP. Who would get the ETF next, or who would get the XRP first? It appears like XRP will be the upcoming ETF. It won't be arriving this year. It will arrive in 2025. I'm all about time, you know. The significance of timing in the markets, including the timing of news, announcements, and money entering these assets, has been covered by me. We buy the ETF as soon as XRP is finally gathering steam and starting its surge, then we buy it again in the middle of the climb or near the finish to give it a little extra push. This is how those higher target pricing for XRP will manifest themselves. Thus, based on the alignment, 2025 appears to be the ideal year. Hopefully, we hear about this news by the end of Q1 or Q2. As we normally see around tax time in April, we're even right at tax season when the market takes that slight dip from the sell-off, and then we may see XRP's price start to rise again. We received the ETF announcement. We received several ETFs. We've already got 2. There probably will be a lot more. Recall that if it is accepted, the other ones will follow suit since they will simply duplicate the authorized ETF's workflow. At that point, everyone can proceed. And all of this will happen in 2025.